Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now today I'm going to give you some ideas about how you can dress better in your life, actually spending less money than you probably do now on your casual wardrobe. And I'm going to do that by demonstrating to you the last 10 items which I purchased from the Vinted online retailer site. All right, so it's just the random 10 last items, and it'll just, I hope, show or demonstrate to you that you don't have to spend a lot of money, because I'm really conscious that when people think about improving their style, one of the things that holds them back is the fact that classical clothing can actually be rather expensive. A good sports jacket, for instance, really should cost you more than £250. A shirt even could be anything between £50 and £200 depending on the brand. If you're going classical, good quality, something like Turnbull and Asser, Emma Willis, it's going to be upwards of £200. So it's a thing to consider. I can understand why maybe the cash-strapped gentleman, even if he seeks to dress well, may find the allure of the budget retailers like Primark, for instance, here in the UK, might draw you in, because their casual clothing is so inexpensive you can almost wear it and throw it away. But as we know, that's shockingly bad for the country, and it is no good thing for your style either. Now, I'm going to show you the 10 things which I've recently bought on Vinted. And the reason I'm talking about Vinted is not because I'm sponsored in any way by those guys. In fact, the money only goes in one direction to Vinted, and that's from me to them, not the other way back. But because I have come to rather favour Vinted as my platform of choice for buying pre-owned or new clothing. Because I rather like it more than eBay, because eBay is an auction site, whereas Vinted is a straight up purchasing site. You can just see what you like, buy it, and it can be done and dusted really quickly. Rather than having to wait 7 or 10 days for an auction to end, you can buy it quite quickly. And you still have the option of negotiating with the seller, because you've got the offer tab you can press. You can offer them maybe a little bit less than what they're asking. You can come to a negotiated deal quite quickly that way and still get the product without waiting forever. I find it much better. Vinted has been around, I believe it was created in 2008 by some entrepreneurs from Lithuania, of all places. And right now it's available in something like 21 countries around the world. All of the large Western countries, the UK, the USA, Canada, places like that. So it's largely available to most people probably watching this channel. 65 million users they claim at the moment, so the likelihood is you're going to find something which fits the bill for you. So these are just the random 10 items which I have bought. I'll tell you about them, I'll tell you about the prices, and I'll tell you what the wearing experience has been like, because some of them have been steals, some of them not quite so. They do favour one particular brand, but we'll talk about that as we go through. So let's begin. The first item of my 10, which I recently bought on the Vinted platform is, and here it is, it's a lovely cotton, quite fine denim shirt from the British brand Brook Taverner. Now, this is one of the keys to getting success when you're shopping on any sites which are either pre-owned or brand new. Things like eBay and Vinted. Choose brands which are not terribly trendy and popular, because there are not going to be reams of people fighting for these products. You can often get the best deals. Now, Brook Taverner is a relatively small British men's clothing house. They've been around since 1912. They are well known on the high street, where they only have 15 stores throughout the UK, so it's quite small. They're quite conservative. They dress in the old classical way, but they do have modern products as well. And they do have a good online presence. So lots of people buy from Brook Taverner. And this product was new with tags. All right, so it was brand new, unworn, not pre-owned. I was the first person ever to put it on. It cost me £1.70. £1.70. Now, after shipping, that came to £5.48 for this beautiful, brand new denim shirt, which I have worn several times. It's a great fit. I'm a size 15.5, and that's exactly what this is in the classic fitting, and it fits like a glove. £1.70. Now the next item is also from Brook Taverner. You're going to hear me saying those two words a lot, Brook Taverner, because there's a lot of products here in these 10. But the next item, I'm actually wearing it now, and it is this lovely silk tie by Brook Taverner. Now were I to buy this from Brook Taverner, it would have been £25 British, so modestly priced for a silk tie, not outrageous at all. Actually, they make very good products, Brook Taverner, at a very approachable price. That's why I go to them anyway. But this tie I bought brand new, still in its plastic container with the tags attached, £5 British, and with delivery that came to £8.09. And actually, I think you'll agree, it looks rather splendid. It's a lovely paisley pattern, very serviceable, and for £5, which is less than the price of a pint of beer, you know, this is a tie which is going to serve me well. Now, staying on the theme of Brook Taverner, I decided I needed to buy some new trousers because I've just started working as a funeral celebrant, and I needed to update some of the more somber items of my clothing. So I wanted a pair of black trousers. So again, I turned to Vinted to serve that need. And here I have a pair of black, lovely, flat-fronted trousers from Brook Taverner. Brand new, again, came in its plastic covering directly from the shop, £5 British. So brand new trousers, my size, fit me perfectly, no alterations required. A lovely pair of trousers for £5. Delivered, shipping price that cost £7.89. Remarkably cheaper than the tie, which I just talked about. So it just goes to show, people who say, I can't afford to dress well, they're just not trying hard enough. Okay, I'm staying with Brook Taverner now, not surprisingly, because I rather like the brand, and when you get on a roll, you tend to stick with them. Another tie, and this tie is in fact this one here. This again is a Brook Taverner silk tie in a lovely colour, interesting pattern. Again, it would have cost £25 if I had bought it from Brook Taverner itself, and it was brand new. Came in its packing, tags attached as if it came directly from the store. That also cost me £4 British, so less than the other tie. Price with shipping, £7.89. So actually this tie cost as much as those trousers I just showed you. So it goes to show, really, but actually I've worn that tie rather a lot. It goes lovely with this blazer that I'm wearing right now, and it works a treat. And for, what, £4? I mean, it's outrageous that you can buy such high quality, actual silk products for that price. So along with my beautiful ties, I wanted to elevate my look in a new direction. I own a couple of single-breasted navy blazers, so I thought to myself, let's give a double-breasted navy blazer a try. But I didn't really feel confident enough to fire a load of money into it, you know, spending £200, £300 on a nice blazer. So I thought, I'll try one from Vinted, see if I like it, and then I'll make a decision about spending more money if I get along with the look. So, sure enough, I went on to Vinted and I found this blazer that I'm wearing right here. It's actually from a no longer in existence British department store called Debenhams. And it's probably a few years old because you can tell by the styling, it's maybe, you know, got a few years under its belt, but it's in immaculate condition. Can't have been worn a great deal. It's made in England and it's a predominantly wool blended garment. And as it is, as you see it now, it's lovely. I took it straight out of the wrapping and I wore it, didn't require any alterations. It's a lovely fit and a lovely garment. How much did I pay for this? £3.50. Didn't even require any dry cleaning. I simply steamed it myself at home for hygiene purposes and it was ready to go. Now with the shipping, this was £7.28. Cheaper than the tie. It's amazing, isn't it, that you can buy items just like this. And in fact, I thought, how can I upgrade it to personalize it a little bit? Now it's got rather modest gilt effect buttons on it. So I went delving into one of my drawers at home and I found some old buttons that I used to have on my RAF uniform. Brass buttons, maybe 40 years old now, that I cut off as mementos when I left the service. I've given them a good old shine and I'm going to get my good old wife to sew them on for me, because I'm not that confident with the needle and thread for nice things. And voila, I will have a nice blazer which has been personalised for me at no cost at all. And my total price investment in this, £7.28. Not a bad result, particularly if you want to try a new look and you don't want to put a load of money into it. Perhaps using something from the pre-owned world can allow you to experiment without investing too much of your money. Now, the next thing in my list of 10 most recent things I bought from Vinted is actually the shirt I'm wearing right now. And it is a Charles Towit, quite light pink shirt. Probably looks white on the camera. It does in direct light, but it's actually got a lovely shade of pink. But I didn't buy it individually. I bought it in a batch of 5 shirts, all different patterns and colours, which were from Charles Towit, Brook Taverner and TM Lewin. So all of the classic men's shirt manufacturers. It was being sold as a batch, all in my size, 15.5 collar, for £20 British. So £20. With delivery, I think that came to £24.60. So an absolute steal, less than £5 per shirt delivered. And when they arrived, practically were brand new. Some of them had not been worn at all. You can tell by the stiffness of the buttonholes, and just when you iron them, you can tell the collars are not worn, the cuffs have no marks on them. They were brand new. If they'd been worn, it was extremely likely maybe once or twice. Now that was an absolute bargain for that price. And a lot of people say, I'll never buy pre-owned, certainly something that goes next to the skin. Trust me, folks, once you put them in the washing machine and you iron them, they are as brand new. And for these prices, that's maybe, I don't know, at £50 per shirt, that's a couple of £100 worth of shirts that I picked up for under £25 in total, including shipping. Now my next item, I've just reached down, is another tie. Again, my good friends at Brook Taverner, because I do love their products, such good quality items at such approachable prices. And even more approachable if you can get them off sites like Vinted. Now this was another tie which I purchased from them, silk tie. I remind you, this would have cost £25 had I bought it from Brook Taverner. It cost me £5, and with shipping that takes it up to £7.81. So an absolute bargain. And as you can look, that tie is just going to be so wearable with the sort of regimental type stripes on it. Classically elegant. I can wear this for years, and it's £5. Again, why wouldn't you? Okay, so next item, Brook Taverner yet again. Apologies, I'm sounding like a broken record, but when you find a brand that you like and get on with and they fit you, you're going to stick with them. And I started to think now, it's in the middle of summer, I'm starting to think of the autumn. It's not far away. It's galloping up. It'll be on us soon. And I wanted to upgrade my look for the winter time, a bit more rugged, maybe outdoorsy, but I didn't want to spend a pile of money. I am a bit of a tightwad. So, back on Vinted, I found this lovely flannel shirt by Brook Taverner. Again, it can almost pass as an overshirt or a shacket if you want to wear it that way. Ideal for layering with t-shirts to keep you warm in the cold days, maybe worn under a Barber jacket. It's going to work a treat for me. Now this wasn't brand new, it was pre-owned, although when it arrives, you examine it and you think, I can't tell if it's ever been worn. Price point, £4.95. Delivered, £8.09. So what a bargain, and something which is going to keep me warm in those cold winter months for less than £5. Don't worry folks, we're nearly there. Just 2 more items to go. And here's another tie. You guessed it, Brook Taverner. Silk. Brand new when I purchased it, still in its wrapping, still with the tags on. A lovely serviceable purple polka dot tie, which can be worn with a white shirt, light blue shirt. It's going to look so classically elegant. Worn like this, it's going to look great. How much? Well, I didn't even push the boat out with this one. £2.50 for a silk tie. So about 10% of what it should be. And it was brand new, never been worn. I mean, I've worn it a few times, and the hand on them, and when we talk about ties, the hand is the way that the tie feels and the knot that it makes. The hand on this is beautiful, works a treat. Delivered price was £5.99. So about the same as a pint of beer, and it's a tie which is going to be with me in the decades ahead. So the last item today, as you might expect, is finishing off from Brook Taverner, a brand which has become a friend of mine lately. And again, it's me thinking about the autumn and winter months, where it's going to be chilly. And I wanted to up my style a little in those cool days, where I traditionally will wear a Barber jacket and a woolly sweater. But I want to add a little bit of layering, a bit of visual interest to the way I dress. So I've gone for some of these country style shirts. And this particular one from Brook Taverner, it's a button down collar. It's got that classic cotton, thick sort of flannel feel to it. And it's just going to be perfect. And I've bought a number of these over the last few months. It's going to be just perfect for those cool days where you need that extra layer, but it's visually interesting as well. It sort of elevates the look. And let me tell you, for virtually no money, £2.50. And it wasn't brand new, it was pre-owned, but again, when I got it, you iron it, you can tell by the collar there is no wear. It is as if you were buying a brand new product for the price of what? Less than a coffee in a coffee shop. Delivered, the price was £5.79 again. So virtually, you know, it feels sinful to be getting such high quality products at such modest prices. And that's where I want to end today. Those were the last 10 items I bought from Vinted. As you can see, I favour certain brands, but ultimately, whatever you like, get out there, track them down and add them to your wardrobe. Up your style at a fraction of the cost that you think it will be to increase your dapperness to the world around you. It doesn't have to break the bank. In fact, these clothes are cheaper than the bargain basement prices in budget clothing retailers, and they will last for many, many years. And I will also look great when I'm wearing them. So, some ideas for you here today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like it. If you'd like to see more, subscribe. If you'd like to send me a message, drop it into the comment section, drop me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a question. I'd love to answer your style question. If you'd like to support the channel, you could buy me a coffee, or you could even become a patron. I make extra videos for my patrons every week, and I also have a much more personal dialogue with those guys who are, in essence, close personal friends. And if you'd like to find out about all that, you'll find it in the show notes below. So until the next time, dress well, spend less, look great, and I'll see you again very soon.